Welcome to live chat, yada, yada, yada. Top, let's put it on that. There we go. Holy crap, there's somebody here already. What? I'm doing a live feed. Why is it you guys don't ever want to talk to me till I do a live feed? What's up? Well, go get one. They're out in the deep freeze. They're in the deep freeze. I just bought them. They're in the deep freeze. Go get them. And now there's no one here. So, we'll see who's here. Ha, there's Alex. Don't drop it like that, please.
Sorry.
The lid, you'll ruin the seal.
Sorry.
Who else is here? She's out in the garage. This is what you get at my house. There's people yelling, screaming, and hollering. It's like being in a... Mark. So, I decided over the weekend, you, bored? Knife Sharp. Who's Knife Sharp? I've never seen that. Who is that? Okay, back to what I was saying. So I'm not going to wait on the comment. I decided over the weekend, get back in shape. And so YouTube had that they want creators to start putting up the stay home with me kind of stuff. So while I'm here and I got you guys here, I thought I'd ask. I'm going to work out probably this week. But I may, if you guys want, do live feeds of working out. I got it. I'm right here. I'm doing a live feed. I'll do it. I don't want a bunch of people in the kitchen. No one ever wants to come out here when I'm doing this until I start a live feed. Hot Pockets. Diarrhea Pockets. So, I'm doing P90X. I just did chest and back today. So I've been kind of playing around getting ready to start this. So I've been doing like some push-ups in the morning to get myself ready and doing some of the exercises and stuff like that and just getting everything ready. Round is a shape. Round is definitely a shape. So, but yeah, I shot a video today. I can't do the Yoga X, that's the problem. My back is fused and I can't do the X stretch. I skipped that one. So usually Saturdays and Sundays, I just don't work out because usually Saturday is Yoga X and then Sunday is just X stretch if you choose to do it, and I just don't do it. So the wife's awake, the kid's awake, everybody's awake. I actually shot a video of the Olympic Whippersnapper today. So that's going up. You guys won't see that 2 weeks. If I keep to the release schedule, you guys won't even see that video for 2 weeks. Unless you're a member like Alex. Alex will see it. Or change my name to Knife Sharp. I don't really think that if you're a guy with hands like mine, that you're gonna at all find it something that you want to try and do. So don't worry about the bottles. I'll take the bottles out. It's just not meant for hands this size. That's the only problem with it. It's right here. It's not. I mean, it's tiny. So just not built for me. Basically, I can't run anymore because I got blown out knees. Had knee surgery, shoulder surgeries. I can't do actual pull-ups. I do use the TRX bands. I can't do actual pull-ups and push-ups. I talked about that in the live feed. I have the TRX rings. They go over the back of the door, and then you close the door on it, and then you can do push-ups and stuff on that. But I'm willing to do live feeds of it if you guys want a live feed workout. And we'll just work out together. It's not gonna be pretty. I used to love to run. That face was like, ew, running. No, that face was like, oh, fuck, man, I miss running. I used to run about 8 to 10 miles a day, daily, every day. So, yeah, why not? If I can get to heaven in good shape. So I'm putting everything on. I'm cleaning up from having done live feed this morning. Or not a live feed, I shot a video. So there are actually, let's see. I like to be able to tell you how many actual videos there are up that you guys haven't got to see yet. There's a handful. I think there's 3 videos up. I'm posting one up today. And then, like I said, I've got the majority. I said it in the Instagram live feed I did this morning. I've got the majority of the first video for the tutorial about done. I'm gonna spend some more time. I wanna see if, just make sure there's not like anything I'm forgetting to put in as far as what I want to do. I'm putting away my studio. So I had a larger YouTuber reach out to me. We're not going to talk about this about who it was, but we were talking. I had a couple questions about, hey, you know, how did you grow your channel to be as big? It was not Nick. It was not Nick. It's a much larger YouTuber. Closer to 500,000 subscribers. And what they said was that this is a prime opportune time for our channels to grow because, well, there's no new movies coming out. There's no new TV shows being shot. All you've got is reruns and the news. And a lot of people are turning to YouTube. He's like, there's gonna be a bunch of channels that have a lot of like explosion in growth. And I was like, well, I'm seeing massive increases in watch time and watch, you know, views and stuff like that. No joke, guys, like literally we're talking like an 85% increase in views, like a 70% increase in view time. How many times my stuff, and now that I have a channel where I can have memberships, there's more to it that way too. Hang on a second, I gotta figure out where I put the bag for the ring light. But no, I did P90X chest and back, and you know you worked out good. Like, this is how I always judged it when I was in the military, like after a workout, like a good workout. Like when you're in the shower and you can't lift your arms up to wash, like you try to wash your hair, you're like, fuck, your arms wanna fall down, and you have to bend down and pin your arms to your side and then wash your hair. That's how you know you did it. Oh, sorry guys. I've got stuff laying around. I'm trying to get all this put away so my wife doesn't throw a fit. But yeah, if that's something you guys want to do, I'm gonna put it up. Ooh, god damn it. Jesus. I'm not want to sit on a coffee can today, guys. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I'm gonna put it in the community tab that I'm willing to, like, I'll do a daily live feed as a workout, or I'll do another channel if you guys want to do another channel for that. The fact that I lost almost 35 pounds in 35 pounds while I was working, and I don't want to grow. I don't want that to come back, so I want to stay in shape because I am going to go back to work when this is over. Just standing in hot water. You know you did a good leg workout when you're at the house and you look up the steps and you're like, why did we use the upstairs shower? How would having affect the algorithm for recommendations? Here's the thing, I don't think that algorithm, there's some random ass channels out there that have hundreds and thousands and millions of views. I think that it really wouldn't matter because live feeds are not processed the same way. So if you have a channel and you look at it, they're not even saved in the same spot on your studio. So they do play into your analytics, but I don't know how they affect the algorithm. But like a daily live feed, just to get together and work out. Maybe we do. I mean, we could even do it on Instagram. Like I'll just put out that I'm going to do it on Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Dude, I've done the leg workout, the P90X leg workout here at the house, and had to stop halfway up the steps because my legs are just shaking and quivery and shit like that. So. Wobbly knees. My legs don't work. Guys, once again, I'm going to keep doing the reminder. Like, I know some people hate it, but there's 9 people here, and there is not a single like on this video. If there's 9 or 10 of you here and you're watching it, I'd expect that there should be some likes. I mean, I do know that there's some people that just watch my channel and don't give a fuck about me, and they just come in just to downvote it or to try and make evil comments, and I've blocked most of those people. So they're probably trying to make comments, and they're just not showing up, because Nico and I have been real good about filtering out the bad actors on the channel. We try real hard. What's everybody got going on today? So you're gonna hear me say that numerous times throughout the video. Getting a new Mora. I just packed up David at Hiking with a Vikings Mora, and it's going off to get a new sheath, and then his other knives are going back to him. I'm probably gonna ship those out later this week. So, yeah. The cancel. His is a Garberg. I just like the Moras in general. 14 people, 4 likes. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it just to get to everybody, because I haven't done it in a long time. It's like that video, like when I watched fucking Poor Decision Mike standing there fucking. How much does my coffee cup weigh? He's an idiot. He's a dummy. He's a big dummy. So today is my day to take my injectable meds once every 2 weeks. Today's gonna suck because that really does hurt, and it hurts for a while. So what's everybody doing? Is everybody at work, or is the majority of everybody at home? I'm gonna have to try and see something about this for Matthew. I do believe that his knife is getting loose in it. You're at work. Nightwalker's at work. What is this? Nathan seriously considered buying fancy Spada XL. Does that knife size affect price of sharpening? Yes, it does affect the price of sharpening. There are very few caveats to my price structure, blade shape being one. You guys know recurves, Tontos, and recurve Tontos start higher. Recurve Tontos are always 45. But the thing is with recurve Tontos that you don't have, there's no upcharge, because recurve Tonto I can only take it to about 1,000 grit. Maybe 2,000. Then you have double edge blades, they're 35. Tontos are 35. And then there's one blade material that is listed that is more expensive. It starts at 35 or 40, and 35 or 40, and that's SM100. Shout out to the workers out there. Watching them for free. Got tired of watching videos for money, now I'm watching them for free. What do you mean? I don't get it. Hang on a second. A little bit. You don't have to be real quiet, but that's really loud. So, what I miss. My kid's in there trying to irritate the dog. Evidence. What do you mean evidence? Oh, I know. Never mind, Ryan. I'm sorry. I know exactly what you mean now. I forgot of your chosen profession. Your chosen vocation. Now I get it. I had to do a lot of that too. Doing loss prevention, physical security, we'd go in and like there would be robberies and thefts, and we'd have to review footage and things like that. I hated it. I'm getting a lot of gray right here. My dad did that too. There's some here. There's definitely a lot more gray here than there is on this other side. So, Today there is going to be a B-roll video, exclusive B-roll video for the members. That's gonna stay as a members only video. So guys like you, Ryan, and Alex, David, Dwayne Smotherman, all those guys, you guys will be able to see it. Hopefully today. I'm hoping to get that up. I'm loading a video right now of the whippersnapper. So yeah, it's a good bit of B-roll, and then I shot some B-roll today too. Like I shot an entire. I don't think I'm gonna put it up because it was just pretty crappy. I shot a bunch of video and like did not like any of it, and it was you'll hear it in a video. I was really conflicted about how I wanted to do that video about the whippersnapper because I love Olamic knives. I love Eugene, everybody that works there. It's great. That's the first knife I've ever had from Olamic that just did not immediately like, hey, I want that knife. It's the first one, and a lot of it has, like I said, it's 100% the size of my hands. One moment. I'll put up that B-roll. The whippersnapper video's up today. So I've still got a lot of editing to do. It's all done. I just have to do some editing and some audio and start loading it up, and then the B-roll is just gonna go up. And like I said, I have the first video of the tutorial series. I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes. I want to keep all of my videos like I do here at 15 minutes. Like I don't even think about it anymore. I shot video today and it's almost, I mean, I know even though I'm doing multiple segments, I still keep coming in like right at 15 minutes and a half. I want to keep it at about that length. I'm thinking like that's actually too long of a video. If you watch like the engagement, people start tapering off after like 6 minutes. And I was like, why did you even start watching the video? You know, after like 10 minutes. So, you know, and then if you're not watching the whole video, there's always stuff at the end that gets missed. There's like links and stuff in the end that get missed. There's cool stuff that gets put in at the end. Sometimes there's little jokes and endings and things like that that are shot that happen after. I'm like, see you guys later. And then every once in a while, Poor Decision Mike will hop up and he'll say something stupid because you know he slides in, steals the camera, and adds stuff in when I'm not paying attention. So that stuff's going on. And then, like I said, I'll put up a thing. Like if you guys want to do a daily workout live feed, I will do it in the morning first thing. I'll just get up early and do a live feed and walk you through what I'm doing. But I won't start that till next week. I want to do I want to give it the full Monday through Friday, you know, kind of thing. Everybody's like, why would you do fitness? Motherfucker, I ran the physical fitness, the physical readiness program at 2 commands for like 300 to 600 people. I might be old, but I was in the military and I didn't forget that crap. So let's see what else. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, Thursday will be David, the giveaway for David over at Hiking Over Viking. We looked at it. So when we started this, he was at 65 when we shot the first video. And then we didn't get the numbers that we were looking for his subscribers. We're gonna do it on Thursday. He is at just under 120, which is a good bit compared to he was at 60. So we're looking at what, 40? We got him 40 new subscribers. I'm not too upset with that number. So like I said, there's gonna be 2 chances to win. You got the Fiberlight Fire Starter with all the stickers, and then you got the Vantage, the Buck Vantage Pro in S35VN that is with some stickers that's going. So I will get that set up. The only problem I have with it really is the shipping, because I'm trying not to go to the post office real often. I do have my respirator. I can go. I'm just trying to avoid going as often. Same thing with grocery shopping and things like that. So, but I'm the one that has the double-sided full-face respirator that nothing's getting through. So, I'm really tired. That workout fucking drained me. I got an email from YouTube, well, Google and YouTube. I know we talked about this, but I don't remember who this is. But I know that I've seen you on here, so hello. Yeah, I got an email from them talking about that they are channels with memberships, I think was the ones that got this. Just a reminder of, you know, hey, these are the things that you can do, these are the things you can't do. Don't talk about the current state of affairs in detail, which I think is silly. And I was like, I mean, that's what we're all going through this. Why aren't we talking about the current events? But that's considered sensitive material. So they don't want us talking about that, which I do have to agree that's ridiculous. But so I filled out a survey, and I think that's where a lot of this came from. Like, hey, you know, here's the big problem. What do you have problems, this and that? And I was like, you know, you're really hobbling. This is what everybody wants to talk about. What's going on right now? What are they doing during this, you know? And it seems silly to me, and I put it out, but they were saying it's still like, yeah, you can't talk about in detail what's going on and stuff like that. You can't even mention it by name. Can't mention it by name. So please don't put it into comments, or I'll have to take it down. Comments is not that big of a deal, but speaking about it is, you know, so that's a violation. And then it's just, there's a whole bunch of silly stuff. And I told him, I was like, you know, it's great that you actually are listening to some of the smaller creators. Like now I have memberships, and I got response back on things that I found that were bothersome about YouTube. But the fact is, it's still really hard for a small channel like this to get, the algorithm really prevents it. I have been sitting at 4,500 for the better part of a year. And I'll drop up to 4,560, and I'll drop back down to 4,552, 4,564, 4,553. And it just fluctuates back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And what it is, you can't grow. And I told him this, it's like, you cannot grow the way the algorithm's set up. For a channel to grow, you have to have a certain number of shares and likes and engagements. The problem is, if you're a small channel, you can't get that. Like, what, you just have to do this. You have to get the, you know, that's all, you know, it's just as you put up videos, your membership will grow. But if your membership's not growing, it's because it's not getting shared. And the likes help, but the big thing is the algorithm's all jacked. If you're not a channel of 500 subscribers, or you're gonna have a hard time getting any growth. And when they changed the algorithm, that's when I saw it. Like, it topped out. They changed the algorithm right about the time I got to 4,400. That was a year ago. Until then, we were going up quickly, and then it just stopped. And it's because they changed the algorithm, and now small channels, they stay down because they're not, you know, not as many people are watching them. So they don't get the ad revenue that they want. So they're like, oh, well, we're not gonna push these channels because they're too small. And I was like, that's kind of some BS, because you got some really great channels that they're small channels. And they're great. And then people just get frustrated and quit. I'm not gonna lie, I got frustrated. You remember how long, there was a long hiatus of me not putting out videos. I got frustrated, there's no growth. I'm still not seeing any growth. I mean, like, I'm doing a midday live stream with only 9 people during the middle of a quarantine. There should be more people here, but they're just not. Well, and so a lot of that's because, I'm gonna say it again, just hitting that bell icon and saying you want all, it's not gonna get you anything if you turn the notifications off for YouTube. I want notifications from this channel, everything they put out. And then you turn off notifications from YouTube, you don't get it for anything. So, that's just venting. But this has been fun. I have really enjoyed the fact that we've got a lot more interaction, a lot more stuff going on. I am gonna release, what is today, Monday? I'm gonna release the video for, of the Roxy, the Wii Roxy 4. I'm gonna release that tonight. and set it up for a premiere tomorrow at noon. But actually, you know what? I'm just going to have it go public. I'm just going to schedule it to go public at noon because I don't think I'm going to do the live premieres as much, because the problem is, like, I'll get like 15, 16 people and it'll be like this. No one's talking. I can stand here and just look at you guys until somebody brings up a topic. That's the whole point of the live premieres. It's got the chat window. It's not just to watch it. That's the fun part of it. It's the interaction. That's why the live feeds are fun. It's the interaction. But if nobody interacts, I'll just stop doing it. You know what I mean? So the last couple, no one's been interacting, so I'm just not going to do the premieres anymore. I'll just schedule it. It'll pop up at noon. You guys can watch it, but we just won't do the thing. And it's not that I'm not upset with the situation. I'm just saying it's a waste of time. I've already seen the video. By the time a video premieres, I have shot it. I've checked each clip before I port it to my computer. Then I put it together and I watch it. Then I save it on the computer to the hard drive as a different format. I watch it there to make sure there's no errors or flaws or glitches. And then when I load it, I watch it again. I don't need to watch my own videos in the Premiere anymore. By the time the video premieres, I've seen it probably 6 times. I'm not there to watch them. I'm not even the volume. Most of the time, the volume's not even on. I'm just waiting on you guys to respond. So I think we're just gonna curtail that, unless you guys really want to do it. But like I said, I always hear that. Yeah, I really want to do that. But then when it comes time, it just never happens. Like, I spent a lot of money on fucking materials and shit to make a bunch of knives 2 years ago, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I fucking want one." Like this and that. There were so many people, right? And I still have blade blanks because everybody rogered up that they wanted to do it. When it came time, no one wanted to do it. And I was like, dude, I'm out like fucking $1,000 until I sell these fucking knives. And they still haven't sold. So that's always the quantity. Like, I want to do it. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. That'd be great. That's great. And then you get around to doing it, and nobody like, So, what else? Yeah, I have blade blanks. I got blade blanks for the sea snake, or for the stonefish. I got blade blanks, I think, still for a few neckers. And I mean, they just haven't sold. No one wants them. No one's ordered them. I got blade blanks for the new version stonefish. I got they're already water jetted out. I just got to heat treat and grind. I think I got 5 stonefish blanks left. I got 2 guys that ordered them. I haven't gotten back. They sent me their original deposit, and I've been trying to get a hold of them for the better part of a year to pay the other half so I can make their knife for it. Nothing. So, I mean, I'm only going to hold on to them for so long before I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do something else with them. Which one was the sea snake? Sea snake was the small. I don't have anything for that. Those are already there are no sea snakes. Sea snake is that small Warney fixed blade. Small fixed blade, EDC fixed blade with 3-inch blade. That's coming out through Artisan shortly. There are no more sea snakes available for me to make custom, unless somebody wants to pay for the material and order a piece of material. So they have to pay for material, they have to pay for the handle material, they have to pay for the grinding, they have to pay for the belts, they have to pay for the hardware, and then my time. They will not be cheap. Especially now that I have to give up any free time I have with my family to do it, because I am working not right now, but I can't go to the shop anyway right now. After all this, I'll be working full time again. The only time I got to do it is on weekends, Friday nights and weekends. And Fridays and Saturdays, that's prime time for me. Okay, so Silver One Pocketing. I am going to say right now that this is not the channel that you ask about a fixtured system or a sharpening machine. Nope. I do everything freehand on stones of one fashion or another. Nope. I have no idea, because you know what? I don't even fucking look at them. I think they're garbage. I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't know. Like, I know that if I was to get a sharpening system, I would probably get a KME and use the Edge Pro stones on it. But still, I don't like, it takes too long. It's just, they're not that good. And so that's where I get frustrated when I see all these guys like professional sharpening service. And I was like, how do you do it? What are you using? Like, what kind of stones do you use? So like, well, I use the Wicked Edge. I was like, oh, that's not professional sharpening. Professional sharpening is something that requires a skill set. Anyone can use a fixtured system to a point. Professional sharpening is, I sharpened this. That is the difference. You can't sharpen that on a Wicked Edge. You can't sharpen that on a KME. You can't do that. You can't do recurves, you know, Tontos and maintain that. Hang on a second. So you're new here, so. Maintaining that point on both sides evenly. Doing that freehand takes a long time. I sharpened this one. I mean, folks are welcome to say whatever they want on their website. And I'm also free to disagree. Man, the action on this one's so much softer. And I don't mean softer, like it still slams. Just the pressure you have to put on this one. I got a lot of friends that cannot deploy this knife. I got friends that are like, ah. And it's harder to bring it back. And they're like, dude, doesn't that make your thumb hurt? Like, they're like, man, it makes my hands sore. Like, my hand's burning from doing that. And I was like, no. I fidget with this one a lot. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff we can do. I have a video that's going up, and it's not a knife video. Remember the set of headphones that I got? Hang on a second, I'm gonna grab them. The guy that sent me this, he said, don't mention anything about it yet. He's still in the process of setting it up. He sent me a set of really, really nice headphones. Active noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. It does have a jack if you want to hook it to a device that doesn't have Bluetooth. Like, say I'm using my old school iPod that I still have 2 of. It has an aux cord that you can plug in. It's a great thing, and I'm not gonna throw out the price because I looked the price up today. I got these on the 4th. He sent these to me. He was doing them on Amazon. He was selling these on Amazon. Amazon actually had there's a bunch of different places that sell this exact model, these Cowan E7s. And he sent me a set from his YouTube store, or his Amazon store, his Amazon storefront, and was telling me that he's like, I'm clearing out my stock on Amazon, and I just want you to shoot a video about them if you like them. If not, let me know that you didn't like them, and I'll see if there's somebody that does. And what he's trying to do is he's doing a direct sales website. It's not set up yet. He said not to mention it. But anyway, Walt, if you're watching, I am going to do a review of these. These are amazing. These really, really are. I charged these last night for the first time in 5 days. I used them like all the time for 5 days with the active noise cancellation on. Because I was like, I know that burns a lot more battery. It says 40 hours, 30 to 40 hours. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I watched, I can't tell you, I watched so many movies on my laptop with this. Going for a walk with the dog, walking around the house, sitting around the house, all day, every day, just listening to music from my phone. And they did not die, and they sound amazing. They do. But I'm not gonna let you can look them up. I specifically did not look up the price until I had used them for a few days. Because I didn't want, like, if they were really expensive, I would have been like, they don't sound that great for the price. Or like, you know, just in my head, that the price playing with me, I wanted to make my decision with no price. Cowan E7s is what they are. And so I looked up the price yesterday and I was like, holy crap, that's cheap. Had I known that they were really cheap, then I might have gotten, they're tinny. Knowing the price of something sometimes does sully your overall impression of that item. And so I just didn't even look at the price. Cowin. Cowin. So, but, so I'm gonna shoot the video. What he's gonna do is he's basically, I gave him permission to basically copy it and put it on his channel, what parts of it he wants. And he can also then put the link down in testimonials on his actual direct sales website. So if you happen to see my video on a website for headphones, it's 100% okay. But yeah, I love these things. The only thing about them, and I'll say it in the video, is if I'm not wearing my hat, they are a little loose. They just, the guy that sent me the headphones, stick with me, Kyle, stick it with me. The guy that sent me the headphones sent them to me. He said if I liked them, he would like me to do a review video and then just post it. Send him the link. And so he was selling, he had a storefront on Amazon, but I didn't know this. Amazon takes a portion. I didn't know this. I guess they get some of it. And so he basically is setting up his own direct sales website for electronics and things like that. He said not to mention it, website's not set up. What he's doing is he's clearing out his stock that he has listed for the Amazons, and then he's getting stock specifically for his direct sales. Now, if he gets his direct sales website up before, he's gonna just clear out his inventory and say, okay, there's none left, and stop selling on Amazon, and then sell them directly from his own website where he's not paying Amazon to have things there. So that's why he sent me these to have me review, because he saw the video I did about the ones for those MPALs that one of you guys sent me, so that I had headphones. And those things are great, but they have about 10 hours of playtime, like one day, and I gotta charge them. Like they're constantly dying, and the sound quality is not great. It's sometimes if you're in a loud place, you really can't hear it all that well, and then when you crank it up, the sound gets muddy. These are amazing. So, and they're really comfortable. They really are. I wore these all day. I laid on the couch and I read an entire book between 6 and noon yesterday. I read a whole book, like 250-page book, just listening to classical music and reading a book with the noise cancellation on. I couldn't hear a fucking thing. There's fans running, people running around. Kids were running up and down. Didn't hear a thing. I knew there was kids running around because my dog kept losing her shit. She'd come and run and stick her head out the window. But yeah, so there'll be a video about these. I'm probably gonna shoot that video tomorrow. But what was the other thing I had to call? Oh, I had to call Franchise Tax Board tomorrow because I can't get my payment for my small business franchise to go through. So yeah, no, that's all that's going on with me. So now here we go with the, what do y'all want to talk about? Because this is where it gets boring because I have nothing else. I can talk a lot. I was blessed with the gift of gab, but I can't. We're at a point where, what do y'all want to talk about? Wrong hat to do something like that. Looking to replace my stones. I actually got to handle a Sebenza 31. I'll come back to that, Ryan, the question about the stones. I actually got to handle the 31 at either USN or Blade West. USN or Blade West, I got to handle it, and it's great. I don't, like, some people are like, oh, it's got lock flex. And I was like, I got lock flex on this one. I can see it. So I got to handle it. It's great. I mean, if anything, I think the action on the 31s, because the detent ball is the big ceramic detent ball, it's they're even smoother than the originals. This one's great. I've had this one for 4 or 5 years now. It's not a lot. I carried a lot. It's a lot of pocket time. Still got that I need to re-anodize the bronze on it so it looks like patinaed copper, but what was the other one? Okay, stones. Stones, 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 stones. Okay, so stones. If, like, what kind of stones are you talking about, Ryan? Are we talking about, like, for like an Edge Pro, or are we talking like flat stones, or what are we talking about? Because now that I've got the diamond matrix stones that are the 1 inch that I use that are like the flat stones, see, I haven't looked because I don't need any. So I haven't looked to see if there's anything new out there. I would say King makes, it's a Japanese company. King makes some really good stones they have some really cheap ones, but then they have some higher quality ones. Go find Big Brown Bear. I can't remember which King stone it was that he had, and it's a cheaper version of a very, very good expensive stone. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. I can just feel it in my biceps and stuff. Doing pull-ups, you use a lot of bicep. You still do use a lot of bicep, so I feel it all in my lats and buys. But my shirts are still too small. My arms are still too big for some of my shirts. Those King stones wind up being pretty good. Like I said, I would go to Big Brown Bear's channel, and see what one that King stone was he put up. He's got a lot of videos, just like quick little ones. I need to get one of them. I need a new, like, in the middle kind of grit stone. That 800 grit stone would work good for bridging the gap for certain things. That's a champ. That one's a champ. I got a handful. 1,000 grit King. I got an 800, 1,200 grit combination, but it's not the same as the one that Sean had. So, I mean, you can really fall down a rabbit hole into stones. I know that Ben Spalos, Mac, or what his Instagram handle is, he got into the Japanese natural water stones. I know what website he used to get them, and they are really pricey, and you can run into problems with them where you can start cracking and breaking. And those are ones that you like want to leave in water like constantly. But you can really fall down a rabbit hole where you're paying like several $100s per stone. I mean, I've got some out there. I got a couple $200 and $300 stones out there. But yeah, you can really fall down into where you don't need to spend that kind of money. Like, the stones that I have that are really expensive, I get why they cost that much. They're great. But, I mean, like, if you're looking for just a general use diamond stone, the Venev diamond stones on Gritomatic are great. These are in here for kitchen knives, for touch-up on kitchen knives. They have some of these that are wider. They have the ones that you can use on an Edge Pro. I don't use them on Edge Pro, but I have those stones. These are double-sided. So if you look, this is the 400, 800. This one is the 1,000, 2,000. There's another one around here. There's 100. There's a 100, 200, a 4. There should be a 100, 200, a 4 and an 8, and a 1 and a 2,000. So you got 6 stones there for the price of, you know. How long will they last you? I've had these for like, Dwayne Smotherman got these for me 2 years ago, and I have not worn them out very much at all. They might need a cleanup, and then the Matrix Diamond Stones, the 1-inch wide Edge Pro Matrix Diamond Stones, those last a long time because you don't have to, they don't chip as bad, they don't wear as bad, and they don't require near as much cleanup to get back. Basically, you're just cleaning out the pores of the stone. You're just, because they get loaded. And then the aluminum oxide stones, you can sharpen pretty much any knife with aluminum oxide stone. You really can. How long is it going to take you? If you're doing something like S90V, it maybe takes you a little bit longer. I like the edge that S35VN gets on aluminum oxides. My personal stones, my personal knives, in S35VN. I do them on aluminum oxide. So yeah, but I don't need the carrier. I use them in my hand. I don't use the fixture. I do them all freehand. I just happen to have found that I like the smaller stones in my hand because it's allowing me to do this rocking motion I do. That's how I get my convex, which we're going to talk about that. If you guys have a membership, I'm going to talk about that in the tutorial series, like how I do a convex, but like in close. And I'm going to have to enlist my daughter's assistance on this to videotape some of this. Like the first video is just talking. K390, I don't know, it just depends. K390, I sharpen K390 on those diamond matrix stones. That's what I used, but that's because I had them out and was sharpening a handful of other knives. And I just was like, I don't want to get the other stones out and have to fucking soak them. Because the aluminum oxide ones, you soak for a little bit. The diamond matrix ones are splash and go. And so it also depends on what kind of edge you want. Like I have found that some steels do not like sharpening on diamond at all. But that ZDP 189, even though I know it's fucked, you sharpen on the diamond stones, and it just didn't feel like it was sharp at all. I sharpened out aluminum oxide. I use belts. Where did you get that from? I use belts to make knives. That's what they're for, not for sharpening. So you get that, and then there's people who are like, well, you need to just send that back to Edge Pro and give them a chance. And I was like, okay, hear me out though. I probably am. I'm probably gonna just run that knife through and see, like, as I sharpen it back further, am I getting into clean steel? Was it an issue? It was an issue where they ground the edge on it and they overheated the edge and fucked the temper? Possibly. So let's give it a shot. After that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give him. But here's the thing. People might not be aware that some of those ZDP 189 Spydercos are having an issue. That's why I do these things. I'm not calling a company out. I'm not throwing a fit. I get upset with Spyderco because some of their business practices and stuff, but I don't think this is intentional. I don't think they're fucking anybody. I don't think they're using substandard steel. And everybody's like, oh, it's probably a counterfeit. I was like, I know who bought this knife. I know who got it, and I know who gave it to me as a gift. They did not buy a counterfeit because I know where they bought it. So it's a real reliable website. It's where a lot of other knife makers like myself want their knives being sold, because they get it straight from the company, not from a distributor, not from a third party, not a middleman. There's only one company that does diamond matrix stones for the Edge Pro. The Edge Pro diamond matrix stones, there's only one. Edge Pro. It's the only place you can get them. I like them because they're 1 inch wide. I only need about an inch wide stone for 90% of the knives I use or that I would sharpen. And so they work great. I can lay them in my hand, and they're lighter. I can do my rocking motion to get my convex edge and all that stuff. And they don't take up all that much space. And they're actually pretty affordable compared to what I would be paying for some of the larger bench stones that are unwieldy. They like to do what I do on knives with a large bench stone, which I used to do. I don't know how I did it for as long as I did not find a new option. Those 1 inch wide stones are great for what I do. Now, when you get into stuff like, I've done some pretty big knives on those too, but when you start getting into bigger knives, yeah, I use the bench stones. And like if I'm doing most times if I'm gonna do a Scandi and want to not convex it at all, like a Scandi that has already been like a perfect Scandi without a micro bevel, which there are not very many of those anymore. Even the Moras, like 90% of the Moras that I've seen now have a little micro bevel at the edge, and I have to take off. So what I do is I basically do a slight convex on that Scandi. Just reshape it a little bit at the tip and the heel. And it rounds it out, and it gives you what's already an incredibly good edge grind, which a Scandi is. And it flips it and turns it into like a convexed Scandi, and it's even better. It's fucking great. I just did David Horseman, Hiking with a Viking. I just did his Garberg, It's all packaged up to send. So, no, it's stones. Stones. The choice of stones when sharpening is almost as important, or is as important as the steel you use to make a knife. If you buy, and I'm not talking because, oh, you can only sharpen these knives with this type and this knife. There's a couple steels that are that particular, like SM100. Can't do it on ceramic. Can't do it on diamond. You've got to do it on either natural or aluminum oxide. There's that. And then there's Maximet. Maximet, you've got to use diamond. There's just no two ways about it. You got to use diamond on Maximet. And then there's some steels that, like the diamond matrix stones, S35VN, things like that. Even S90V. I do S90V on aluminum oxide. I feel that it sharpens better on aluminum oxide. You get a better edge as an end result. Softer steels, aluminum oxide. You try to use it on diamond, and one, you're just taking off more material than you need, and two, you're loading your stones. The aluminum oxide doesn't load near as badly with softer steels. So S35VN, S90V, S30. I'm sorry, not S30. S30 I do on diamond. N690, RWL34. Those I do on the aluminum oxide stones because they don't load the diamond stones that way. So you have options. It just depends on how you're sharpening, what you want. But, so that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is cheap stones that aren't bound well. They seem like a bargain. Like you might, hey, I found a $10 1,000 grit fucking stone. Well, yeah, but it's still kind of swollen, but I've got it sealed up now. It's not bleeding. I'm going to try and put a glove on and sharpen Matt's knife before he comes and picks it up today. The cheaper stones just, they come unbound. Like you're cutting and it makes a slurry, but it's not like the slurry you would think like with a good water stone. A good water stone forms a slurry, but not like a heavy, thick mud, unless you just are using them too dry. So cheaper stones will come unbound easier, and then there's not a guarantee. Like when you get some nicer stones, some of the nicer king stones and things like that, what you're getting is a more consistent grit. So that 1,000 grit stone is predominantly 1,000 grit on a cheaper one. Like they are. There's also some 600 and 800, and so when you come off that stone, you hit the next stone, you're like, what are all these deep scratches from? Well, it's from contaminants in your cheap stone. So it's what you save up front, you end up spending several months later if you sharpen as much as I do, because they wear out fast. And your coarse stones is where you want to, like your coarse stones, like anything 800 grit and below, your coarser stones, that's where you go cheap. That's where you go cheap, because those stones, even the more expensive ones, are going to wear out faster because it's bigger grit and there's not as much contact, there's not as much tightly bound material to hold it together. So of course they're going to break apart and come apart. Even the diamond matrix stones, the 80 grit that I have, I don't use it very often, because on something like this that has a nice polish, what happens is the diamond starts to break loose, and then you see a scratch pattern behind the edge where it's breaking loose, and it pushes it back through and it cuts into your polish. So it's another thing to think about. What kind of stone, what kind of blade finish is it? Is the coarse stone coming apart gonna get and screw up the finish behind the edge? So where you save your money and buy and go lower rent is 800 and below. You can get away with 1,000 grit king stone, like the cheap one, they're like $10. But they work really well. That's my starting stone. That's the coarsest stone that I put a straight razor on, is that 1,000 grit king stone. I keep it nice and flat. I get it really good and wet. I hit it with the flattening stone a couple times to form a little slurry, and it cuts like a champ. If you go too coarse with a straight razor, you can really screw up the edge to the point where you could fuck somebody's razor. So 1,000 grit's usually where I start, and then I work my way up to 12,000. 17,000 if it's a really expensive razor. that the customer's willing to pay that. I do have a 17,000 grit stone, but I do not put knives on it ever because I can't afford to replace it if I fucking start cutting grooves in it. With a straight razor, you're sliding it down, you're covering the whole stone. With a knife, you wind up coming in, and when you do that, that tip has a tendency to leave little half moon circles on your stone. Don't want that. Aluminum oxide on N690 is amazing. That's only 1,000 grit. So there's my stones. There's so much to it, but guess where I'm going to get in depth on it? I'm going to keep pitching this membership because I'm putting a lot of effort into this tutorial. Like I said, I've been working on it for part of a week, and I'm going to spend about a week editing, and there's probably going to be like drop cuts, jump cuts, things like that. You'll see me wearing different clothes because I'll watch it and be like, oh, I should have said this, I forgot this. So just dropping in post edit stuff. So I'm going to get into depth about stones and what to look for in stones and all of that in that tutorial, and then into maintaining stones. So all the stuff like edge profiles and grinds and whether to freehand sharpen or a fixtured system, all that stuff. Then we're going to do a video about what kind of stones. What are you looking for? What do you want to do? How high do you want to take the grit? Are you looking for like a polished-esque edge, or you just want a working edge? Then we're going to talk about, yeah, you ready? What would normally come after that? Before you ever put a knife to your stones, you got to know how to take care of them after you sharpen. You want to know that before you start sharpening, because what's going to happen is people watch these tutorials in order, and then they'll sharpen it, and I'll have to wait like a month before I do the fucking next video telling them like, all right, my stone's all fucked. What do I do with it now? How do I take care of this stone? One of my favorite stones for kitchen knives actually stays out here. It's an old busted up black Arkansas stone. A couple of drops of oil on it, go to town. So yeah, all right guys, it's been like 57 minutes. I can't make my daughter have to be quiet this much longer. I'm gonna get off of here, but I just wanted to do this and see if there's anything you guys wanted to do. I will put a thing in the community tab about if you guys want to do a workout, like if I do a live feed every day just to work out, and you guys can join me on my quest to get back into shape better than I got into shape at work, but I would like to get it back into the shape I was. I was in such good shape when I was active duty. So those things, and then do the tutorials. I've got, like I said, at least 3 videos will be going up. So that's this week and most of next week will be going up, but I will be doing live feeds in between. So yeah. I would ask that if you guys want to grow this channel, that you should go back. I would say if you have not done it, go back through and find the videos that you saw and see if you liked them. If you didn't like them, just drop a like in them. It'd be great. I have a video that's got like 900 likes. No, I don't run anymore, ever. That's a thing. It's a thing that just doesn't happen anymore. You see me running, you better start too. You should probably be running in the direction I'm going. So, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Drop a like on your way out, and then go through the whole channel. All 900 videos that I've made. Find the ones you didn't like and like them. I'm just kidding. See you guys later.